What's up, guys? Today's video is gonna be about meal prep, except with like a little twist. I hate meal prepping. Let me just explain this to you guys. I cannot eat the same thing for 3 days straight or 4 days straight or however long people meal prep for. I hate it. I cannot do it. It is not appealing to me. It's not fun. And that makes healthy eating like 10 times harder, even if something's ready. So, what I find out works for me is if you meal prep certain foods, but like individually. So I'm gonna cook a bunch of chicken, I'm gonna cook some sweet potatoes, I'm gonna cook some quinoa, and like prepare my veggies, do that type of stuff. So when it's time to cook or time to snack, or if I'm hungry and running late, I have prepared foods, but I can make something different with it every time. So I'm just gonna show you guys what I do to kind of like meal prep that, I guess. I just wanted to show you guys how I meal prep and how I prepare healthy meals ahead of time, or in case I'm running late, what I like to grab and eat real quick and just that type of stuff. As we all know, diet is an important aspect of health. It is almost as important as fitness and all of that type of stuff. So since healthy eating is so important, it's important to have healthy food available on hand. However, I hate meal prepping, as I said, and I'd rather be able to like have food ready for me to eat, but that I don't have to eat the same thing every day, if that makes sense. So I'll just show you guys what I do, and hopefully it'll make more sense as we go along. So let's go. Also, how cute are these flowers? So our first step, as you guys saw, is that we were preheating the oven because we are going to be making some sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes are my favorite type of carbs, and I like them best baked because it's easy. So some people cut them up, some people don't. It's honestly like up to you and how much time you have and all of that. But I'm just going to take these sweet potatoes, wash them, put them on a baking sheet, and just stab them with a fork. And so you can cook your sweet potatoes in the oven a few different ways. You can dice them, you can just leave them whole, basically do whatever you want. I just like to leave them whole because it's the easiest, so I just wash them, stab them with a fork a few times, put them on a baking sheet, and then I put them in the oven. And I don't time the sweet potatoes, I just wait till like they kind of like ooze that like gooey caramelly stuff. I don't know, but that's what I do for mine. So next up we got our chicken. These are just organic chicken thighs. And I love to have chicken, pre-cooked chicken in the fridge because it's just so versatile. You can throw it in a salad, you can shred it and make tacos with it. You can literally put it like in your pasta if you want to add protein. You can literally do anything with it. So I always think this is a staple ingredient in my meal prep. You can do so many things with it, and you can just eat chicken on its own, you can put barbecue sauce on it. You can literally do anything with it, and so easy to cook, so easy to meal prep. And it saves you so much time. And like chicken doesn't really go bad if you leave it in the fridge for like 5 days. It still tastes the same. So that is why I like to meal prep my chicken. Sweet potatoes, same thing, they just stay fine. And then quinoa also, leave them with a bit more water. It's fine. You just add that to your salads, a little extra carbs, a little bit here and there, you're good. So I'm gonna cook this chicken, then I'll show you guys what I season it with and all of that. So I personally like putting my chicken in skin facing down. I leave the skin on just to like kind of give it a barrier so my chicken doesn't burn. Then once I've let the chicken in the pan for a minute, just so the skin gets a bit firmer and browns a bit and gets a bit crunchy, crispy, I just put the top over it so then it cooks it all evenly. Now is also the time when I'm going to be putting my spices on. So I'm just going to be adding what I always add. I add Elbe Provence, which is spice we brought back from France. But I have seen it at Trader Joe's, so you can get that there if you want it. After I add my Elbe Provence, I always add cumin, paprika, and then a bit of garlic powder, and that's kind of like my go-to. I forgot to mention this one, but I obviously add a little bit of pepper also, just for a bit of flavor. And I don't add salt until it's done cooking and when I'm eating it, because sometimes like if you decide to use a salad dressing, even if it's a healthy salad dressing, or put it in your pasta, sometimes that already has sodium in it. What I'm trying to say is I don't add salt in this, I just add it after to taste if I think it needs more salt, depending on the meal I'm making, because sometimes like tomato sauces, if I add it in there, will have salt and just stuff like that. So I hold off on salt till it's time to put the meal together, and then I'll season, like salt it there, I guess. So I'm just gonna let that cook, and then I'm gonna put my sweet potatoes in the oven now, and yeah. My next trick is also kind of self-explanatory, kind of unnecessary, but if you're short on time all the time, it's very helpful. So I always buy these like pre-washed spring mix boxes. I buy this one and then I buy the one of spinach, so I have a spinach one, but it's the same thing, it just says spinach. I didn't think I need to show you guys. Then I also try to buy pre-washed veggies if possible. I know they're more expensive sometimes. I know they use more plastic. It's not the best, but sometimes when you're in a time crunch, you do what you gotta do. You feel me? You feel me. Okay, now that we're on the same page. I try to buy organic food as much as possible just because it's typically more nutrient dense and more sustainable for the environment, but once again, it's more expensive. You can't always get the produce you want organic because organic foods tend to be more limited, but when I can and if it's a good price, I'll buy organic. I also cannot stand bland food, so that's another tip I have when cooking healthy. Make sure to utilize spices. Spices can make a world of a difference. You can make something very healthy seem so delicious, decadent, and just so flavorful just from adding spices, yet that did not use anything unhealthy. And for the most part, spices are very good for you. Like cinnamon and turmeric are super good for the body, both anti-inflammatories. If you're looking for a good way to buy organic or even just vegetables for a lot cheaper, buying frozen veggies is a lot cheaper than buying fresh veggies, and they'll last a lot longer, so you'll minimize the risk of like wasting food and therefore wasting your money. Oh my god, I'm falling. So it's a good way to save money, but also make sure you're not wasting money in the long run also. Also, you can buy meat frozen. I don't always do this, but I always like to have some type of frozen veggies and frozen meat in my freezer just in case I don't have time to go grocery shopping that week. I can always pull one of these out, eat it, because they last so long. 10 out of 10 recommend buying frozen food if you're short on money, or if you just don't cook that often and you want to try to get into meal prepping and all that, and you don't want to waste your food. Buy frozen food. It lasts a long time. It's easy to save. It's just always an essential to have in your freezer just in case. Alright, our sweet potatoes are done. Or yams are done. So this is what they're supposed to look like, kind of like this little like oozing stuff on the side. Like that type of stuff. It looks gross, but it makes for a good sweet potato, I swear. Or yam, whatever you're cooking. Here's my lunch. I just put some lettuce, sweet potato, avocado, and then the chicken, so it's kind of like salad, nourish bowl type of thing. And then I dressed it with some vinegar and olive oil because that's my favorite dressing, and I don't know, yeah, that's what I dressed it with. So that's what I'm gonna have for lunch, and then tonight I'm probably gonna make zucchini noodles with pesto and shredded chicken because I'm gonna use the chicken that we had, and then if I need some extra carbs, like something, I can always mash some sweet potato in there, just have it separately. Like sweet potato bowls in the morning, or loaded sweet potatoes are really good also for breakfast. You can always try those, and these are just good things to have around in your fridge. They're healthy, they're easy to use, especially. I hate it when you like meal prep things and like you never know what to use it for, but these are so simple and basic. You can basically use it for whatever you want. You could literally make anything with this, which is amazing. So yeah, I'm just gonna eat this, and yeah, so that's my meal prep video. You don't always have to meal prep whole meals. You can just meal prep individual individual items, I guess you can call them. And I personally prefer doing that so I don't get bored of what I'm eating, and I can always switch it up while still being healthy and having something quick to grab and go. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, you know, thumbs up, comment. If you could subscribe, that'd be kind of cool too. Would help your girl out a lot. I'll see you guys in the next one. Love you guys. Bye.